Welcome back, GW. After an eventful summer, Colonial Crossfire is here to give you a summer recap before we head into a critical semester marked by an ongoing pandemic, racial unrest, an economic downturn, and of course, a presidential election. I am Jessica Nix, and here are your at-home top headlines from this summer. The death of George Floyd in May at the hands of Minnesota police officers led to nationwide protests calling for structural change. While many protests were peaceful, non-protesters looted and vandalized towns under the cover of protests. The federal government disposed of unmarked agents in cities like Washington, D.C. and Portland, Oregon, which escalated protests and led to questions as to who these agents were. The coronavirus is still a large threat to the American public. Since March, over 180,000 Americans have died from the virus. Disinformation surrounding the virus has led to many Americans ignoring guidelines, high infection rates, and little governmental leadership in some states. Some schools are back in person, and some are fully online this semester, like GW. Some universities have brought students back for classes and are now facing high infection rates among students. This summer, COVID-19 led to the largest unemployment spike since the Great Recession. In Congress, the debate over stimulus check payments dominated policy talks. The first stimulus payment in April gave Americans $1,200, while debates stalled for a second check. The rising unemployment claims also led to debate across the aisle for increasing federal unemployment benefits. The current benefit of $600 expired in early August with no new plan in sight. It was the Veep stakes. Speculation over Joe Biden's running mate ran throughout the summer until finally the former VP announced in early August that Senator Kamala Harris would join him on the ticket. Harris is the first Black woman and woman of South Asian descent to accept the nomination for vice president. Harris was also a big critic of Biden during the Democratic primaries. The unconventional conventions took place virtually in August. Joe Biden and his running mate, Kamala Harris, accepted their nominations in Wilmington, Delaware, while President Trump accepted his nomination at the White House. Most of the Republican National Convention speeches took place on federal property, which is a violation of the Hatch Act, a federal law that prohibits federal employees from taking part in political activities while serving their government positions. President Trump also received criticism for having a large in-person audience with seemingly no masks or social distancing for his acceptance speech. In California, wildfires are engulfing the state. Record-breaking heat temperatures fueled the conditions, with some parts of the state reaching the highest temperatures that they have ever experienced. Since the start of the fires in mid-August, a record-breaking 1.6 million acres have burned, and 900 new fires have started. The El Dorado fire started because of a gender reveal party gone wrong. The state was hit hard from coronavirus, and now the wildfires are an extra threat to California. Amidst a summer defined by protests and a pandemic, the first NASA space crew to launch a commercially produced American rocket from the United States flew to the International Space Station. Using the SpaceX rocket Falcon 9, the crew lifted off from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida this past May. Previously, NASA has never paired with a private company before for a mission. Elon Musk did say that the launch was a dream come true for him and everyone at SpaceX. After an eventful summer, Colonial Crossfire will be here this semester to give you the top political coverage coming out of Washington, D.C. Stay tuned for more headlines and debates over today's top headlines.